Hey, welcome to FunNGun. Got a pretty cool old school 22 takedown rifle for you here on the table today. Want to say a big thanks to my buddy Tim for letting me borrow his Norinco ADT 22 rifle for this particular video. This is a Chinese clone of the old school Browning semi-automatic 22 takedown rifle. I also want to say a big thanks to Sealy Optics for bringing me in as an affiliate of their brand. If you're looking for a good budget-friendly red dot sight, you can go ahead and use the link in the description below there and code FunNGun at checkout to receive 10% off of anything on their website. And that also helps support the channel. So let's go ahead and get into this gun and show you a little bit more about it. As you can see here, this is the tube out of the magazine, so there is nothing in the magazine tube. There is nothing in the chamber, so this gun is safe. And I'm going to go ahead and show you how this particular gun breaks down. That way I can get more of the gun into the camera shot here. So first thing you're going to need to do is flip this little lever forward. Then you're going to cheat the bolt back a little bit and go ahead and turn the barrel to the left side of the action there and pull it forward. And the way this action actually comes apart is using this interrupted thread system here. As you can see, it is threaded on both sides, but not the top and the bottom. And that also goes for the receiver there. And when you go ahead and put that back together, you're just going to line it up on this side, push it in and turn, and it locks back together, and you flip your little lever so you can't accidentally disassemble it while you're shooting it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it back apart and leave it apart for the rest of the video here, just so I can get the full gun into the camera angle here. And I got to say, for this being a clone, this is an extremely nice clone. And as you can see there, this gun has really nice checkering on both sides of the stock. Has really nice checkering on the bottom side of the fore end there, and it also has some pretty nice engraving on the receiver. And I gotta say, my buddy Tim has an absolutely beautiful example of this gun. And the cool thing about this gun is as you can see there, it's a really pretty gun, but it is roughly half the price of a new Browning 22 takedown rifle in the same configuration. These guns, I was seeing them from anywhere from $350 to $500 online, depending on the shape. And this is one of the best examples out of any of them I was seeing online. He has a really pretty gun here with pretty much absolutely nothing wrong with it here. Now I will say, kind of the crazy thing about this gun is if you've ever bought anything from overseas or any of the older guns, they have what they call cosmoline, or in this case, it was just kind of like some dried up oil or just some gunk in the chamber that you could tell came from the factory. And the fact that it had so much junk in there and then this gun actually cycled as well as it did was pretty crazy. But I went ahead and did my buddy a favor and broke this whole gun down, cleaned all that out, and now this gun is just absolutely buttery smooth. And also, I want to go ahead and point out what you charge the gun with, is because it's a little bit unusual. This little tab on the bottom right here is how you charge the gun. That is part of the bolt assembly there. So that's pretty cool and just a little bit different there. You got a cross bolt safety here. You got a large button for the side to push the safety off, a little bit smaller button on the other side. And since there's nothing for the firing pin to hit there and mess up, I'll go ahead and show you the trigger here. This thing has a really nice trigger on it. I'll go ahead and get it a better angle. Just a little bit of take up there. Nice break. So got a really nice trigger for a 22 rifle of this type. And as you can see there, it makes it really easy to get pretty decent hits with it at, I think that target, the one that has the flasher on it, from where I was standing, it's about 50 yards, and it ain't a small target. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's about a 12-inch plate, but either way, hitting it with iron sights at that distance still pretty fun. While we're talking about the iron sights, you're gonna have a little bit of a brass bead in the front sight and just a standard V-notch in the back. You got a little bit of adjustment there up and down for elevation. You'd have to drift it for your windage. It does have two little screw holes right here, so I'm assuming you could push that out and put a optics plate on this if you wanted to. He did not have that, so just went ahead and shot iron sights. That was quite a bit of fun to mess with an old gun with some classic style iron sights. Another cool thing about this particular setup is how you load it. As you can see right here, you got this little kind of scalloped out area, and that's where you can drop your rounds into the magazine tube, which runs the length of the stock right here. And then you're going to go ahead and stick that back in there, which has your follower and everything, and the hole in the very back right there. Or you could do it the way I was doing it. I was just using my speed loader and dumping the rounds directly into the back. Now, it does say online that this gun does hold 11 rounds, and I'm not sure if that's 10 in the tube and 1 in the chamber, because I was only putting 10 into it the entire time I was shooting it. But it does hold 11 rounds, has a 19.5-inch barrel, And I couldn't find a whole lot of information when these were made. All I could find was they said one of them was made in 1992, so I'm going to say these were made somewhere in the 90s, maybe a little bit before that, maybe a little after that, but that's when I believe these were made, just based off what I could find online. And the cool thing about this being a takedown is you can still have that 19.5-inch barrel and be able to click it in half and still have a compact setup. As you can see there, I was pulling it out of a backpack at the beginning of the video, just messing around with it. Now, I will say, gun this pretty, you're going to want to slip probably the front part of the barrel into a stock, into a gun sock, and then twist it, and put the back half in there, and then fold it, something that general nature, so these two parts of the guns aren't beaten together in your bag. Got to do something to protect it, because this is an awful pretty gun to be throwing in a backpack. And what I did there is I put this part into the laptop bag and this part on the outside, and then I made sure I didn't walk very far because I did not want to beat this gun up, because like I said, he has an absolutely beautiful example of this particular gun here. So just figured it'd be kind of cool to show you this little gun. Cool old school takedown. Takedown is definitely not a new idea. A lot of people see the 10-22 takedown and think that's the only gun that does that, and there's quite a few old school guns that are pretty cool, and you can have them at a decent price for what you're getting, and really accurate little gun as well. And I'm not going to lie, the fact that this is half the price, like I said, of the Browning. I've always wanted one of the Brownings, and now I'm going to say I'm probably going to be on the lookout for one of these because I can pick it up quite a bit cheaper. Another cool thing about being able to take it down is it also makes it extremely easy to clean the breech face and to be able to clean the barrel. You can stick a rod through it, stick a bore snake through it. There's nothing to get in the way of doing that. And the way you go ahead and clean the rest of it here is, I'm not going to completely take it apart, but you push forward on this, and you get this little groove to clear the right spot, and you can go ahead and lift up on it, pull the full bolt assembly out of it, and clean it. And that's, like I said, I went ahead and cleaned it up real good for him. Went ahead and put a little grease on the inside of these threads, so you can click it apart and take it apart real easy. And all around, this is just a cool gun, really accurate, not a bad price for a wood stocked gun that is blue with some engraving on it. And that's really all I had for you today. Okay, if you made it this far, I just want to say thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. If you're looking for more FunNGun right now, you can click one of the 2 recommended videos there. If you're looking for more FunNGun later, you can go ahead and click that there subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. And if you're finding me from Facebook, go ahead and click that open app button at the top to make all that a lot easier. And I'll see you next time.